Right now, someone is reading you like a book, and you don't even know the language. Every time you explain yourself, you hand someone a weapon. You call it honesty. Someone else calls it an opening. You've been trained to be readable, predictable, safe to exploit. Somewhere, right now, a version of you is losing a war you didn't know you were in. This isn't motivation. This is a manual for war, the one already being waged against your mind. You will not like what you learn about the people closest to you. You will like even less what you learn about yourself. 25 centuries ago, one man wrote the rules of this war. Almost no one actually reads them right. By the end of this, you'll never walk into a room the same way again. You felt it. That sense that no matter how good you are to people, you keep getting outplayed. That's not weakness. That's not bad luck. That's a pattern. And patterns are designed. You were never taught to see it, because the people who benefit from your blindness raised you. Every system around you saw work, love, friendship, rewards the unguarded. You weren't punished for being open. You were harvested for it. This is not your fault, but it is now your problem to solve. The people who seem effortlessly powerful aren't lucky. They studied war while you studied kindness. Kindness without awareness isn't virtue. It's an unlocked door. You don't need to become cruel. You need to stop being convenient. Somewhere in history, someone already mapped every move being used against you. He wasn't a motivational speaker. He was a general who never lost a war he planned. His words survived empires, dynasties, and centuries because they are not opinions. They are laws. You are about to learn to see the war you were never told you were fighting. This knowledge does not make you cruel. It makes you unreadable. Meet the man who wrote the book they never wanted you to actually study. Sun Tzu, military strategist, ghost of the warring states, the mind behind the art of war. He didn't write for soldiers. He wrote for anyone who understood that conflict never really stops. Kings feared his clarity. Rivals feared his patience. History could not erase him. He said the greatest victories are the ones the enemy never sees coming, because there was no visible fight at all. His most repeated words, carried across 25 centuries, still cut through modern noise, he wrote, "Supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting." That single sentence is the entire war you are already in. And you didn't know the terms. Everything from here forward is how you use his mind to protect yours. Lesson 1. Know yourself. Know the enemy, and you will never fear the outcome. You've walked into rooms unprepared, not because you lacked skill, but because you never studied who you were dealing with. You assumed good intentions because you have good intentions. That assumption is the crack they slip through. The mind defaults to trust because trust is efficient. Efficiency is not the same as safety. Starting today, before you enter any negotiation, conversation, or conflict, name what the other side actually wants. This knowledge is for protection, not destruction. Drop this in the comments. I see the board before I make the move. Know yourself first. Your triggers, your tells, your patterns. The enemy studies you before you study them. Lesson 2. The greatest victories leave no wreckage because the war was won before it started. You've argued to win an argument you already had control of, and you lost ground by fighting for it. Conflict feels like control. It rarely is. It's often the moment you hand the enemy your position. The nervous system reads confrontation as urgency. Urgency clouds strategy. Clouded strategy loses. Starting today, in your next disagreement, ask one calm question instead of making one sharp statement. Silence is not surrender. Silence is often the sharpest weapon in the room. The person who needs to win the argument has already lost the war. Drop this in the comments. I win the wars. No one sees me fighting. Lesson 3. When you are capable, appear incapable. Power announced is power disarmed. You've announced your next move out of excitement and watched someone else take credit or block it. Confidence craves an audience. Strategy does not. The need to be seen strong is often the first crack in real strength. Starting today, the next time you're excited about a plan, tell no one until it's already moving. Let them underestimate you. Underestimation is the last strategic advantage anyone gives you for free. The fox that hides its den outlives the wolf that howls before the hunt. Drop this in the comments. My power speaks after it has already moved. Lesson 4. All warfare is based on deception, not lies, but withheld truth used with precision. You've told people exactly what you were feeling in real time, and they use the timeline against you. Transparency feels honest, but total transparency, given to someone still deciding whether to respect you, is a gift to your opposition. Starting today, separate what you feel from what you reveal. Feel everything, reveal selectively. Deception used correctly is not cruelty. It is the boundary you never had the language for before. The general who reveals every troop movement loses the war before the first battle. You are allowed to be unreadable. You are allowed to let silence answer for you. Drop this in the comments. My silence is a strategy, not an absence. Lesson 5. Speed is the essence of war. Hesitation is a door held open for someone else to walk through. You've waited for the perfect moment to act, and watch someone less prepared take the opportunity instead. The brain confuses caution with safety, but prolonged deliberation is its own kind of exposure. Starting today, give yourself a deadline for every decision you keep circling. Then move before the deadline, not after. Momentum once lost must be rebuilt from nothing. Momentum, once used, multiplies itself. Drop this in the comments. I move while they are still deciding. Lesson 6. Attack the enemy's strategy, not their army. Never fight the surface when the source is available. You've fought the same argument with the same person 100 times, and never once addressed why it keeps happening. The symptom is loud. The cause is quiet. Quiet things are easy to ignore and expensive to leave unaddressed. Starting today, the next time conflict repeats, ask what root keeps producing it. Not what happened this time. Cut the root and the branches fall on their own. Fight the branches and the root simply grows new ones. Drop this in the comments. I cut the root, not the branch. Lesson 7. The highest form of mastery ends conflict before anyone realizes a war was even possible. You don't need to prove your strength anymore. The moment you need to prove it, you've already lost the calm that made it real. Real power doesn't need to be witnessed to exist. It only needs to be present when it matters. Starting today, measure your growth by how rarely you need to fight, not by how well you fight. This is the final shift. Not becoming someone who wins wars, becoming someone wars quietly avoid. Drop this in the comments. Wars avoid me now. 7 lessons. 1 mind reshaped. What comes next is yours to carry. You didn't come here for motivation. You came here for a weapon. You now have 7. What you do with them from here is the only battle left. The old you is dead. The version who explained too much, revealed too soon, fought too loud, gone. You are a weapon, pointed at your own future. Every lesson you just learned is now a blade in your hand. Invisible, silent, exact. You will not explain this shift to anyone. You will simply become harder to read, harder to move, harder to break. You belong to no one, not to an argument, not to an approval, not to anyone who mistook your openness for weakness. You belong to the mission, to the mind you just rebuilt, to the war you are finally equipped to win. This is not the end of the video. This is the start of the version of you that doesn't lose the same way twice. The war was always real. Now, for the first time, so are you. You don't need me to tell you to subscribe. You already know whether this channel just changed how you see people. If it did, that decision was never mine to ask for. It's yours to make. There are more wars ahead, more lessons buried in history, waiting for someone willing to actually use them. Whether you return for the next one says something about who you're choosing to become. Here's the only question that matters. If no one could ever read you again, who would you finally become? Tell me in the comments.